start. So is it important for you that Brendan Rodgers and Roy Hodge, I mean, it's a difficult one because if it's going to be a club between club and country fight, there's only one that's going to win, and that's Liverpool Football Club, because they pay his wages. But it would be awful to think, on the back of a decent, and only one decent season that Raheem's had, that he can turn around to the England manager, maybe on his own, maybe with the support of Liverpool, and say, you know what, I'm too tired to play for my national team. That really tees a lot of fans off that go and pay their hard-earned money to go and watch England, both home and abroad.
Just before we go start, my last comment, who's going to make sure that is his agent?
Yeah, completely agree, Norrie, thank you. John is a Liverpool fan in Chesterfield. John, good evening.
Good evening, Stan. Chesterfield first, of course, and we've got the leading scorer in Europe, so let's get that in.
Indeed, the spy right. Talk to me about the performance today. You're a Liverpool fan, about Raheem Sterling.
I'm disappointed with that, Stan. Is that a sort of an ego thing? To say he's tired, 19-year-old, obviously technically very gifted. Bit worried about that, bit worried about, you know, I don't want to say anything about Raheem, he's the future of England, but, you know, it's not a good start, is it? It's a sort of wrong thing to say.
You know, if it's a 19-year-old Lionel Messi.
Heavy traffic, AA57 ZZA, and he's texting while he's driving in the middle lane.
Every game.
No, and he's got a dental man, he's
and you go, you know what, perhaps he does need a break. But to come in on the back of a decent season, and it was a decent season, and a lukewarm start to this season, and saying to the manager, and you can only believe what Roy Hodgson says. Roy Hodgson says in his pre-match comment, Raheem Sterling came to me after the San Marino game and said he was tired. For a 19-year-old, I don't think a lot of football fans can necessarily understand that in the first week in October, having played less than 90 minutes a game over 10 games, that Raheem Sterling could be tired, John.
Makes you wonder, you know, who's sort of engaging with his brain, doesn't it, Stan? You don't know whether it's a club level or international level or who's advising him, but probably not advising him particularly well based upon that statement.
And what did you think of the other 10 or 11, 12 England players that played tonight?
Why do these talented boys like, you know, Lallana and players like that, they're playing for the club side, Wiltshire, they're moving the ball every week in Premiership with great tempo, the movement's good, they're good in possession, they come away with England and they look like they've never played before in their life. Probably a little bit extreme that, but you know what I'm saying.
But we always get to a situation whereby we read the newspapers and the websites 2 days before the game, and Roy will say, we've had them watched, we've watched them a million times, there are no excuses. So I'm not sure what comes. I watched that tonight as an England fan and as a broadcaster. As an England fan, I'm thinking to myself, we're not making any progress whatsoever. As a broadcaster, I'm thinking to myself, and as a former footballer, I'm thinking to myself, the only thing that matters in the annals of history is whether England qualify for a major tournament, and that's what we will. But surely as England fans, after a poor World Cup, we've earned the right to ask for a little bit more flair, John.
Well, exactly. And the players for their club side have got flair, Stan, and, you know, it's almost like we're just qualifying for tournaments. And then we go in there and play miserably.
If we're going to, John, thank you very much for your call. If we're only going to go to tournaments to finish second or third in the group and have a victorious defeat 2-0 against the Italians, then we may as well not bother, and we may as well throw the kitchen sink at it and get rid of all the big names, any names that play in the Champions League, and give young, hungry players an opportunity. If we're looking to qualify and to go on and actually knock the door and say, can we enter the top 10 again? Dare we enter the top 5 in Europe? We have to play well. And I cannot honestly remember watching the last time that I came away from an England performance and thought, we absolutely pummeled them. We stuck to the game plan and we did very well. Do you agree or disagree? 087173333 report. Let's hear from some Northern Ireland fans, Welsh fans and Scottish fans started the group very, very well. What do Liverpool fans think of the Raheem Sterling situation? Most of you are going to say happy days. He's 19, he's played lots of games, I can hear you saying, and he deserves a rest. But put yourself in Roy Hodgson's shoes, or you're an international manager. He hasn't earned the right to be telling international managers that he's tired, has he? 087173333, let's hear from you. About 30 minutes left on call, Collymore. Talking about Stu, shall we hear from? Let's hear from the prodigal one, the special one, Wayne Rooney. He's been talking to ITV Sports.
We know how the games are, the tough games, we don't meant to stay on the ball and just take them down, and tonight it was.